In today's news, over 80 dengue fever cases reported in the BVI. BVI grapples with rising heat, energy cost. PENN flags questionable activities by port boards. LEROY Abraham appointed CEO of GRENLEC. Road repairs from PARAQUITA Bay to HODGES Creek are underway. Applications are open for the BVI Asia Scholarships. We have the details of this and so much more when 284 News returns.
As the winds start to whisper of approaching storms, it's time to safeguard your sanctuary.
Hey, have you checked your insurance policy lately?
Not recently, why?
It's very important to check your insurance policy before the hurricane season.
That's a good idea. I'll reach out to my provider and get some information.
Awesome. Come son, let's plan for emergencies together. We're gonna include your favorite comfort kit.
Thanks, Dad. That makes me feel safer.
We're packing extra medications and extra batteries for your hearing aid.
And by the way, don't forget my glasses.
Okay, Pops.
Alright, let me see. Okay.
Going on, dog?
What you saying? You good?
You got truck? How you on here
Well,
doing?
I hear trimming some of the branches to make sure they don't cause a frig when the storm come.
Fair point. I gotta go clean out the gutter them down by me so nothing don't build up. You know how that could go sometime.
Makes sense. That sounds good. We gotta be prepared.
Facts.
Sometimes we get off track, but that's okay.
Yo, thanks for chilling with the dog today, you know.
Man, anytime, you know I got you.
Yeah, but the place so damn hot now. And you know the old people them say when it's so hot, a storm somewhere out there coming.
Listen, I rebuke that in the name of great God of the universe, okay? Let me move these stuff so they don't cause a problem.
Alright, me want my neighbor window get knocked out and
Facts.
tell me son.
Remember, we're in this together. Reach out to your community, lend a hand, and shield each other from the storm's challenges. A message from the Department of Disaster Management and 284 Media.
Attention Anegada residents! Attention Anegada residents! CCT is coming to you! That's right! CCT will be visiting Anegada every third Friday of the month. Need to pay your bill? Sign up for a new service? Or have a customer service concern? CCT has got you covered! No need to leave the island. CCT is here to make staying connected easier than ever. Mark your calendars for every third Friday starting this September and visit us for all your CCT service needs. For more information, call us at 444-4444 or follow us on any of our social media pages. See you soon, Anegada!
Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of 284 News. It is Thursday, September 26, 2024. I'm Ron Grant, bringing you the very latest out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands. A happy Thursday. Thank you so much for joining us. Beginning our newscast on the local scene, the British Virgin Islands has recorded more than 80 cases of dengue fever so far in 2024, with approximately 23% of those infected seeking medical attention. This update comes from the national epidemiologist Harmony Messiah Bruley, who shared the latest data during a recent interview with our agency. Ms. Bruley Messiah noted that the territory experienced a spike in dengue cases starting in June, coinciding with the onset of the rainy season, which typically leads to an increase in mosquito breeding sites.
We have been having an outbreak amongst the LAC, that is the Latin American and Caribbean countries. So places like Barbados, Jamaica, Trinidad, St. Vincent, some other countries have all reported that they have been seeing increases in specifically dengue cases. BVI has been no different. We've actually been seeing slight increases from June until about the first week in September, and it has actually started to decline. To date, we had in total about 83 cases, and approximately about 23% had to seek hospitalization. With respect to our severe cases, luckily for us, those have been very, very few, under 5.
Ms. Bruley Messiah emphasized that while the rise in cases is concerning, there have been no reported deaths related to dengue fever to date. She also confirmed that at least one case of the chikungunya virus added to the health challenges faced by the territory.
We have not had, fortunately enough, any dengue-specific mortality, thankfully. When it comes to the other mosquito-borne diseases like Zika and chikungunya, we have not reported any Zika cases, but we have had one report of chikungunya.
The national epidemiologist also provided information on the symptoms associated with dengue fever, highlighting that a high fever accompanied by a severe headache has been among the most commonly reported symptoms.
Dengue fever actually has symptoms that are similar to influenza, flu, or COVID. So you will get things like the fever, specifically we get fever, headache, the rash, the muscle pain, the joint pain, sometimes the eye pain. Specific to the BVI, we have been seeing those symptoms, but the most prevalent symptoms we have been experiencing amongst our cases has been the fever. It has been a very bad headache, the muscle and joint pains. For the severe cases, what they have been reporting, they've had blood in their vomit, weakness. We've actually had some that reported loss of consciousness. And usually for severe cases or severe symptoms, those usually tend to come on after like the fever as some of the more milder symptoms have abated.
In the fight against the spread of mosquito-borne illnesses, Chief Environmental Health Officer Mr. Lionel Michael reported that his department has been proactive in addressing mosquito breeding sites across various communities within the Virgin Islands. Michael identified the mosquito breeding sites as being particularly prevalent throughout the BVI, which is a cause for concern as it is known to transmit both dengue fever and chikungunya.
In the BVI, we want people to focus specifically on the Aedes aegypti mosquito. There are other mosquitoes that bite and other mosquitoes that are nuisance to people. And we are aware of those, and so we are dealing with those also. But specifically the Aedes aegypti mosquito, which is the vector that transmits dengue fever. And Harmony spoke about dengue fever and people infected and so on. Once you're infected by, once you have dengue fever, you have to protect yourself now. You have to wear long sleeves and long pants and screen your homes and use repellents and so on, because you don't want other mosquitoes any more mosquitoes to bite you. Okay, if other mosquitoes bite you, you now infect those other mosquitoes.
Health authorities are urging the public to take preventative measures such as eliminating standing water around homes and using mosquito repellents to reduce the risk of infection. As the British Virgin Islands grapples with increasingly frequent heat waves, residents find themselves caught in a paradox, relying on air conditioning for relief while inadvertently contributing to the climate crisis causing the heat. Recent temperatures in the BVI have spiked to a heat index of 103 degrees Fahrenheit, marking the latest in a series of heat waves that have hit the islands in April, May, July, and August. However, increased energy consumption comes at a cost. Residents reported seeing their electricity bills nearly double, with AC unit costs ranging from $500 to $1,000 and up. The International Energy Agency estimates that air conditioning accounts for 7% of global electricity consumption and contributes nearly 3% of global CO2 emissions. Premier Dr. The Honorable Natalio D. Wheatley addressed the issue at a recent press conference. The government has introduced a solar technology energy program aiming to place, and I quote, solar panels on every roof at zero cost to homeowners. Premier Wheatley hopes this will have a significant impact.
What I would like to see all of us do is make a personal commitment to our own climate mitigation matters. And the minister recently announced a STEP program, Solar Technology Energy Program, which I believe would go a very long way of ensuring that we are able to stabilize our electricity bills by minimizing the need to import fossil fuel. This program would work by each member of the public setting up solar panels on their own house roofs, and they'll be able to pay back through their electricity bill. And I believe persons would see reduced electricity prices. I can't remember the amount of time they said that you would see reduced electricity prices. But I think, climate change is, as we said, it's not anything that we can control, but we can control our response to it. And part of what we can do to help ourselves is to switch to alternative energy and to focus on our own actions that we can control.
Despite those efforts, for right now, residents are left to navigate a market dominated by fossil fuels, facing the difficult choice between comfort and cost. Up next, viewers, we have much more on the local scene. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Hello, and welcome to today's episode of Pop the Balloon or Find the Connection. Let's meet our first contender, ladies. Okay, Joey, so do you have any toxic traits?
I'm very restrictive. I don't give more time. What you get is what you get. I don't like to give unlimited time. That's it.
Okay, can you tell us why you popped your balloon?
That's a little too restricted for me.
Thank you for coming. Okay, ladies, so let's meet our second contender.
Sorry, excuse me. Why did you pop a balloon? I could give you minutes, data, unlimited call, overseas call, fiber. What else you need?
My friend used to date you. You are a scam. She used to be for everything and more. Nothing to offer.
Okay, ladies, let's welcome our last contender. You look nice. Can you tell us your name?
Thank you. My name is Christian Charles Thomas. They call me C Sweetie.
What do you have to offer these ladies?
Well, security, trust, unlimited time, and a pretty fast.
Okay, so do you have any deal breakers?
Nah, but here's my number. 444-4444. E2. Vida Ilimitada.
Okay, guys, so no pop balloons.
For a fast, reliable, and secure connection for your personal or business life, call us at 444-4444 or visit any of our CCT stores and we'll get you connected with the perfect match for you.
At Partners for Kids, your child's health and happiness are at the heart of everything we do. We've been the trusted medical home for children and adolescents up to 18 years old. And now, we are excited to welcome a new member to our family of healthcare professionals. Introducing Dr. Aisha Maxwell, our new family practitioner. Dr. Maxwell brings a wealth of experience and deep passion for pediatric and adult care, ready to join our team in providing first-rate health services to your family. At Partners for Kids, we believe in a collaborative approach to healthcare. With partners in occupational therapy and clinical psychology, Partners for Kids, where caring is just the beginning. Visit us at Road Reef Plaza, Tortola, open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call us at 284-444-5437 or reach out at info@partnersforkids.com to learn more.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. 8th District Representative, the Honorable Marlon A. PENN, has raised concerns over the management and policies of the BVI Ports Authority during a recent House of Assembly sitting. PENN highlighted, and I quote, questionable activities at the Ports Authority, particularly regarding taxi operations and decision-making processes. The legislator expressed particular concern about the past operations of the Tortola Pier Park, which he claimed was run by a single board member.
The Speaker was going through the Standing Finance Report just a little while ago of 2024, when the authority came before this Honorable House to defend its budget. And at that time, we learned of one of its subsidiaries, particularly the Tortola Pier Park Board, and his operations. It specifically spoke to what constituted a quorum for the PARAQUITA. I think at the time, Madam Speaker, we had a situation where the PARAQUITA board was being run by one person who was a member of the board, sole member of the board, that was making decisions on behalf of the PARAQUITA. And I think, Madam Speaker, if we can in this bill or subsequent bill, I think those are the type of areas that we really have to address.
PENN emphasized the need for greater transparency and good governance, noting that the Ports Authority Amendment Bill has introduced changes to improve these areas. He specifically mentioned new protections in regards to indemnification for board members who make decisions on behalf of the authority.
You put persons in some very difficult circumstances, and the issue of indemnification comes in more importantly in cases like that, because you have one person who's solely making major decisions on behalf of an entity like that. And we can't allow that to happen going forward. So that minister has to be looked at. I don't know if we could adjust it in this act, or we need to bring the act back to make sure that we don't have those level of anomalies within those particular statutory organizations, as they have legal identification, legal identity, where they can be sued and be sued, and their liability becomes the liability of the people, because ultimately they're solely owned by the people of the territory and by the government of the Virgin Islands, Madam Speaker.
A key issue highlighted was the lack of consistency in the tender process for taxi operations across the territory's ports. PENN questioned why taxi services at the airport were being tendered while other ports continue to operate under the traditional association model. He urged the Communications and Works Minister to clarify its policies on managing taxi operations within the ports.
I need to know if there's a policy of the ministry to put to tender the operations of the taxi operations at the ports. Because we know for a fact, for many years, decades in fact, the taxi operators have operated under the umbrella of the associations, who have for many years in Western, you have the association that governs the port in Western, who manages the flow of traffic to and from Western. You have the Rotong Taxi Association at the port in Rotong. And now I'm seeing a tender that went out where the airport authority, the taxi association at the airport, went out to tender. And it's all related, it's a policy. So I want to know, Madam Speaker, and I'm sure the people want to know, if it's the policy of the ministry to put out a tender the ports in this territory, or do we have a road board that is doing as they see fit or as they please, Madam Speaker?
PENN cautioned against sudden changes that might disadvantage long-standing operators, especially at Beef Island, where traffic has increasingly increased recently.
But not because now a couple plane coming in, a little more plane coming into Beef Island. Everybody sees it's more lucrative, and we're trying to now pull the rug under those individuals who were there for years, operating when nothing or no traffic was coming to Beef Island. They went home sometimes at a deficit because they had to put gas in the bus, Madam Speaker. And they went home with nothing in their pockets.
So I gave
Madam
you
Speaker.
some latitude.
So my point is, Madam Speaker, again, when we look through these bills here today, particularly the bill on the port, we have to ensure the issue of good governance is full circle. We have to ensure that these entities that are operated under the umbrella of the Port Authority and ports in general are functioning in a way that is transparent. If we're talking about indemnifying individuals who are working within these institutions, they have to operate in accordance to what good principles are.
Former Chief Executive Officer and General Manager at the BVI Electricity Corporation, Mr. LEROY A.E. Abraham, has been appointed as the Chief Executive Officer for GRENLEC in Grenada. His appointment was announced in an official press release from the organization, which stated that his appointment comes into effect from Tuesday, October 1st, 2024. Abraham brings a wealth of experience to the role, being a chartered engineer and a member of the Institution of Engineering and Technology. He also holds a distinction of being a chartered director and is the former chairman of CARELEC. Abraham, a retired CEO, and he retired from the BVI Electricity Corporation in December of 2022 after serving as the general manager for some 22 years and an overall 35 years at the BVI EC. Abraham made his history after being the first Virgin Islander to be appointed chairman of the Caribbean Electric Utility Services Corporation, also referred to as CARELEC. Up next, viewers, we have much more on the local scene. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Just give me my service. Yeah. Just give me my service.
Just give me my service.
Make the switch to CCT and get connected today. Unlimited talk, text, and data. Visit any CCT store or call us at 444-4444. CCT, Life Unlimited.
There are many ways to enjoy life, like so many ways to count on Popular.
Hi, my name is Judy, VI Motors Operations Assistant, and today I'm here with Ding, one of our mechanics, and we are going to show you how you can check your engine oil level, as it's an essential part in maintaining your engine's health.
First, let's pop the hood. Here's the oil dipstick. We'll pull it out, wipe it clean with a cloth, reinsert it, and pull it out again to get an accurate oil level reading. As you can see, the oil level should be between the minimum and maximum markers on the dipstick. If it's below the minimum, it's time to add some oil. Checking your oil level is simple yet a crucial task. Make sure to do it regularly to keep your engine running smoothly. And remember, if you're not sure about your vehicle's specific oil requirements, always consult your owner's manual or a professional mechanic at VI Motors. We offer a diverse range of top quality engine oils, so visit us at Dove's Bottom or our location at Patch Point, Virgin Gorda, or call us at 494-2496 or visit us on our website at www.vimotors.com.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. Moving right along, the government of the Virgin Islands has embarked on a $2.38 million road construction project set to span 6 months to improve 3,813 linear feet of concrete roadway from PARAQUITA Bay to Hodges Creek. The contract for this major infrastructure effort was awarded to Northam Construction with a total value of $2,386,015.99. Minister for Communications and Works, the Honorable Kai M. Reimer, shared that this initiative is part of the government's ongoing road rehabilitation project, which aims to create a safer and more efficient road network across the territory.
We are now in the PARAQUITA Bay area, and this area you would know that it always develops potholes. So instead of us just doing the road overlaying here, we thought it necessary to take up the existing asphalt, put down a proper sub-base material, and we have the roller on site that the roller would compact it and make it strong and resilient. And the next layer, because the machine, they took up about 8 inches of material here, including the asphalt. You will see the thickness right here. This is the existing roadway, and they took it up and they added the sub-base so that we can build a proper road base, so that when we asphalt, we're asphalting on a stable road surface. After this sub-base, after it's been rolled, then they would bring in the quarry waste mixed with cement, and then do some additional rolling to make the surface before the asphalting hard and be able to be durable. So we are doing this stretch of road in this manner so that it would be long-lasting.
Reimer also spoke about the road works to be done in the area of Hodges Creek, which was scheduled to commence today.
For this area, right after here, we have a contract signed for us to go towards the east, towards HODGES Creek, the marina. Those works should be starting soon. But, we are just working towards getting this area done properly so that we'll have a smooth road heading towards the east coming from town.
Chief of Infrastructure and Development, Mr. Dwayne Freites, explained that while the project was initially scheduled to begin earlier this year, design modifications required some adjustments. As work progresses, regular updates are expected to be provided, and motorists are encouraged to exercise caution when traveling through this area. The BVI Asia Abroad Scholarship Program is now accepting applications for its third cohort, offering Virgin Islanders an incredible opportunity to pursue higher education in Asia. This unique initiative is a three-way partnership between the government of the Virgin Islands, elite universities in Asia, and the private sector aimed at providing students with a diverse and culturally enriching educational experience. Deputy Director at the Hong Kong office, Ms. Siobhan Flax, shared insights into the program.
The BVI Asia Abroad Scholarship Program, it's a very dynamic program. It was established in 2021, of course, between the BVI Hong Kong office and institutions here locally, such as the Ministry of Education. And it's really, I want to say, the brainchild of Dr. Ricardo Wheatley, who feels so passionate about this program and has really championed it over the years. And we have, of course, now had the first cohort last year.
Yes.
And very, very excited to say we have a second cohort that just went over to Asia in September. And of course, this program is a three-way partnership, BVI government, the private sector, and the partner universities in Asia, some of the elite institutions in Asia across about 5 countries and 10 institutions.
Beautiful.
And about 35 scholarship spaces each year.
Additionally, she emphasized the significance of the public-private partnership in effectively executing this initiative.
It's extremely important. I think it's always good when you have that collaboration between public and private. Of course, the private sector knows what's required for the BVI labor force more than anybody else. And so we are really proud to have, particularly in areas like tourism, where we have the private sector really assisting us to really pull out the areas that we need to upskill in tourism to, I guess, beef up the tourism product. And so, for example, we have scholarships with the Macau Tourism University. And so now we're looking to add a piece where the private sector in the BVI can offer internships to their senior students to come to the BVI while they accept our students on scholarships. So that's an example of how it really works well.
Additionally, she took time to introduce the public to the second cohort of BVI students presently studying in Asia.
We have, I will say, 4 exceptionally dynamic students that just trekked across, I don't know, they traveled 30-something hours to get over to Asia, which says a lot in and of itself about their commitment. So we have Mr. Nathan Nibbs, and he's at the University of Macau, and he's taken on his bachelor's in finance. And we have also Miss Kezia Allen. She's our female candidate taking up the mantle for architecture, which we're really proud of, at the University of St. Joseph. And then we have Miss Deborah Smith, who's also at University of Macau, and she's taken on her bachelor's in accounting. I got that correct, accounting. So we have those 3 students on the BVI Asia Abroad program. And we have Miss Shamori Glasgow, who's a national scholar.
She also spoke about the exciting cultural experience students immerse themselves in that allows for a holistic and well-versed overall experience.
I think the cultural piece is exceptionally important in 2 ways. I think just for our students, it brings a completely new perspective. Asia is one of the areas with some of the largest modern booming economies globally. Technology, I like to say, Asia is already in the future. The things that I see in Asia, I've seen nowhere else. Sometimes I come back to the US and I'm like, okay, where am I now that I've been there? And so I think those are some of the things that the students really take away culturally, just to see the trends, the way the world is shifting, because a lot of people say the world is shifting to the east. And so I think the only way that you can get to really understand that is to be on the ground, immersed in the culture.
Interested individuals are encouraged to apply now and take advantage of this unique opportunity to expand their horizons and gain a world-class education. For more information and for the full interview with Ms. Flax, visit all Tweet4 media platforms. Viewers, that is it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for your daily news updates at tweet4media.com. And of course, follow us on our WhatsApp channel, as well as to like us on Facebook and Tweet4 Media and Tweet4BVI on Instagram and X, formerly Twitter. I'm Ron Grant. Have a safe and enjoyable evening. A happy Thursday. Goodbye.